Object to the test!
Looks as good as on paper. We're in the kill zone, pal. We're locked and loaded.
Hi there guys, welcome into another session just coming up towards 8:30 AM here in the London European zone. Today we're going to quickly have a look at some levels on Bitcoin with some classic TA in TradingView before we dive into some order flow and order book data with the TRDR console. If you're not familiar with the format, what we will do is dive into a lot more detail later on as it happens in real time on the live session. So if you're unfamiliar, I'll drop a link for those in the socials and on Twitter a little bit later on. Join us there where you can get insights into the price action as it happens, and also if you've got any questions on the console, just jump in there. It's really good to have a chat with everyone as we share the alpha. Alright, so let's dive into a few details. So just a little bit of history quickly, as we always do. Last week came from the BTC Diamond, as we can see here on the overlay, alerts log overlay. Said last week, very genuine, risk on long there, nice little push up, and as we did push up, I think a lot of people were rage short in that move because funding really started to turn negative, and we've not seen that in a while, especially on Bybit as well. Bybit went quite negative on that push up, so nice to see, come in from a little bit of depth. As well as open interest was nuked. Why was it nuking? Similar to do with the funding, really. Probably a lot of shorts getting wiped out. Call it a squeeze if you want, but you know, if you're part of the TRDR community, you had the diamond at the lows, you knew what to do. Would have ideally, like I was posting last week, would have ideally liked another sweep low and a fake out of this zone here. Didn't get that. We pushed up, we get what we're given, so that's absolutely fine. Bit more risk on there, and we go with the flow. We're currently just pushing the top of this mean triangle now. I think we've actually just pushed up. We'll go and check that now. Let's look for a possible fake out of this zone and then back down then, and see what we get. That was just towards the end of last week, obviously. Oh god, this guy was funny, wasn't he? Really funny last week. I did enjoy this. I like his vibes, to be honest. Actually reminds me of, if you're not familiar with couple of bands from the mid-late 90s, Stone Roses and the Charlatans. So Ian Brown of Stone Roses and Tim Burgess of the Charlatans. Go and check them out. It really reminds me of Tim Burgess or Ian Brown here, of that period. Yes, I'm quite a lot older than some of you guys, but yeah, go check that out because that was really my era. Stone Roses, Charlatans, late 90s, absolutely brilliant. Just reminded me of that. Anyway, as we moved up yesterday with Bitcoin, looking at the order flow as we go, we're just starting to really hit some supply again. Double bans here from Coinbase Pro, double bans here from Binance, both on the spot. Perps were pushing there, just dropped their wall there. Bitfinex dropped their wall, and yeah, 75k, a little bit of a round number, not quite the 8k everyone's looking for, but I didn't mention on the live last week, I didn't think this was ever going to be easy, really, and I still would like an auction lower. But what I was saying was, if we are going to push up and we are going to hit more supply, you've got to watch for these green USDT resting limit orders bids pushing up with price as well as we go. You've got to get that support now coming in for any deviations and drops. These guys have got to now come in and continue to push price up. Okay, so yeah, top of the meme triangle as we are. This was yesterday. I still think you've got a lot of wick space up here towards that 75k zone, but order blocks are now filling. As you can see on the ratios, that was just what we're hitting at that time. So what do we mean by double bands in the ratios? Over 60 ratios on spot, double ratios, double bands. Okay, BTC group spot just as we hit that zone up there. Okay, so again, not a bad area if you're just day trading or kind of semi, you know, intraday, intra-week swings up into these zones. Another nice area just to take a bit of profit, to be honest. Not talking about spot, obviously, just talking about perpetuals, derivatives, hedge positions. You know, from the value area lows up to the top. Nice trade. So let's dive in and have a look at some levels. I just want to have a look at Solana with you guys as well. But Bitcoin firstly, so we're just forming this range now, and we are just at the top of the range as we hit that group spot selling at the top there, as you see on the TRDR console. Okay, monthly open is actually, I didn't realize this, but it's actually quite high here, right up here, monthly open, because we literally, as we opened on the first, I think it was right here, yeah, we literally wicked up and then just came down, which I didn't realize, so that's interesting to see. But we are building some nice levels to play off lower down if we can get them. Okay, so you've got your weekly open right down here at 69350. You've got previous week value area high, so not our current overall value area high, because that's up here in the 71k level, but previous week, as we can see here, value area high, so some nice support levels down there. And also you've got the previous monthly POC, daily NPOCs down there as well. I think you've actually got some more NPOCs the further we go, but I would only review those if we really start to rotate down hard. So yeah, looking nice. You know, I think if you can come down again and auction some of these areas, it'd be really nice. What do we do though? We just check the order flow as we go, see if that USDT bid is building. Just jump into a 1 hour chart, then we've got this order block here. So from the start of the week, obviously we've got this order block coming in with our 1 hour EMA. Very nice confluence actually with the weekly open here and some fibs. Okay, so any rotations down into that 68k zone could be very nice. Would actually just pull you back to the 1 hour trend as well. Really nice. But again, any instant and really aggressive bid up, we're gonna have to check that in the order flow. All right, just want to have a quick look at Sol then, because I think Sol is still looking really nice. Let's just drop to a 4 hour quickly. So yeah, kind of got this nice funnel going on actually. A little bit dubious to whether that plays out or not, but we'll see, and there's a long way to go if it does get to the bottom. But I do like the way Sol is shaping up. If it's going to start to form a range here and not really drop below this kind of like 168 level, this is your range to go with. 4 hour order block there at 163, which is looking quite tasty if we can get down there. Again, we will go and have a look at some order flow and see where we can possibly get to. But yeah, 4 hour is looking very constructive. If you did get any further drops, I would actually not be fearful whatsoever. I think you could come right down here and it would be a gift. It would be an absolute gift, I think, if we were to get some market-wide sell-off. I can't see it at the minute. I'm not going to predict that. I'll just play it as we go. But yes, Sol chart still looking very nice. If it forms a range, these are your zones here in the 160 and even down to 150 zone. Really nice. Hourly chart still looking okay. A lot of order blocks to pay off here. Again, 168 on the 1 hour order block there, and then I've just marked this off as well because I believe obviously there's a lot of congestion going on with meme coin madness season still continuing, but I think they've got a network patch coming out on the 15th, I believe, 15th of April. So something to be aware of. Does it affect price action? Probably not. I think Sol is going to do it's going to do what it's meant to do anyway, price action wise. I would never be one to trade off news or anything like this really. They tend to just be catalysts. But yeah, could it churn this zone out and kill some order blocks lower in that 168 region? Patch it up, devs, please, and then we get continuation and meme coin madness continued. Could be good. We'll have to go and see. Right, let's jump in to the Alpha TRDR console and have a quick look at order flow and what we can possibly see coming in the next 12 to 24 hours. Right, here we go guys. Just on the multiverse chart at the minute, couple of things I am looking at. ETH is in a supply zone at the minute as well as Bitcoin, so quite a chunky bit of supply as you can see here on the overlays. We'll go into a bit more detail on that in a second, but yeah, ETH has some heavy supply going up to 3950 there, something to be aware of, and I don't think it's particularly getting much ETH BTC bid at the minute either. Here, to be honest, yeah, I mean, look at Bitfinex there, ETH BTC, quite chunky supply actually. That's the first time I've seen that today with you guys. So yeah, quite chunky supply in ETH. So rotations lower could be on the cards. You just need to be aware of that really. Solana looking okay. If we can get cheaper priced on this, I think it'd be really nice as well. So yeah, you've got resting limit orders going down to there, 169, 170, 164, and then all the way down to 150. I think that lower end kind of trend is right down in the kind of like 130, 140 levels. I don't know if you're going to get there in one clip, but we'll have to see. BNB, we're just keeping an eye on as well. Sometimes can be a barometer of the market. A little bit of supply on BNB. Watch that 550 level as we go down a little bit lower. Okay, so let's just go and have a look at Big Dog Bitcoin. We'll just jump to the OBD on a 15-minute basis here. We can see our supply zone, and we hit a shed load of group spot alerts there. As you can see, we're just hitting a slight supply zone there in the 1 to 10%. We're still in the supply zone here, and we're getting rotations down. All right. One thing to bear in mind that I mentioned last week, if we are going to push up, and you can see slight evidence on the Coinbase Pro chart here, is you want to see these resting limit orders start to chase up. Okay, so 75k is going to be the upper largest limit bid offer, should I say, at the minute, and that's still valid there. I think those guys are going to defend for a while. I don't know if that's going to be easy before rotating down and grabbing some more bid, but yeah, you want to see this. These levels are not very large, to be honest, you know, not like this 75k offer here, but this is what you want to see. You want to see these guys vying for a position. All right, let's go and have a look at Binance. Few levels marked off here, but yeah, you can just see Binance obviously part of the aggregation, so it's in supply zone, and no major top levels coming in at the minute. Your biggest one right down there at 66.6, to be honest, but yeah, that can develop as the day goes on. Rotations down, you want to catch a bit of bid. Quick look at other exchanges. Bitfinex, a little bit of supply, not much to see there. Bitstamp, supply zone again, we can see that because of the aggregation. Gemini, I know they're not a massive exchange, to be honest, volume wise, that can push the market around, but they do often tend to be on the right side of the market. What have they got there? They've got a 75k limit offer, and yeah, resting offers just above Kraken. Nice to see Kraken are coming in here. They've got some bid a little bit lower. Okay, it looks like they want that 66 to 67 level. USDT on Kraken, not much to say. Qcoin have capped price. Interesting to see, because these guys are often on the right side of the market again, so that is interesting from Qcoin. If you're in no position, don't dive in. I wouldn't dive short here, because you can easily just kick back up and go fill some of this liquidity, but I wouldn't long this right now either. You've got no demand here right now at all. I would just let this play out and come down and fill some bids. And what do we see from Binance Perps as well? Always a little bit of a warning sign is the bid has faded. Okay, so no resting bids lower at all here really until you get like 25% away. All right, so not saying we're going to go there. And actually a little bit rare, but yeah, a little bit of offer there as well, minus negative 20%, just above 5% above. Interesting to see. So yeah, rotations down could be on the cards today, I would say. I want to just go show you volume as well. I've seen funding come up a little bit today. Nothing you know, parabolic, but Binance funding up at 0.021. Bybit funding just raised a little bit, 0.0165. I fully expect that's because Bybit degens have just got wiped out the market on the move up, and don't have a clue what's going on right now. What do we see from the volume there? Why is the funding going up? Because your retail traders are just trying to long this as it comes down. So buy the fucking dip is in action again as volume comes off. Open interest waning, but you can just see, you know, up here as well, if you're familiar with the Volume King template, perfect cluster there of the LS ratio, the open interest and the funding rate. No particular bear divs from the perpetuals whales there, but slight bear divs from spot. And that is basically, we got the group spot alerts, didn't we? You can see a couple up here, but we were getting the group spot alerts. You've got bear divs and you've got that cluster. All right, so a lot of offers above us on spot have been filled. I would like to go and fill 75, to be honest. I thought we might have just clipped there yesterday, but that wasn't quite to be. We've filled quite a lot of offers above now. It's now time for, you know, personally I think, to rotate back down, because we are ranging, it's now about an auction. Okay, you've filled some offers. There's no real bid under us right now. What do you need to go and do? You need to go and find a bid. You need to go and auction price lower and find a bid. We can look at the OBC to help us with that. So remembering those classic tier levels that we saw in TradingView down at the 68 and the like. So we've got resting bids and order blocks running right down here immediately down to 69.4. Okay, then we do have some liquidity gaps which can act as wick space just below there as well. But then I do like if we can come down and whack some of those 68k levels in the next 24 hours. I think that'd be really nice, and something to be aware of. So your biggest order blocks down there at the minute on Binance Spot, 68k, and then yeah, just check this out. You've got these OBC gaps, so keep an eye on those if you're wanting to get involved in any risk on price action and you know, day trade any longs. These are the sort of zones you want to be looking for, okay, to get involved. All right, so we'll call it a day there. Join us live at the US session a little bit later. I will drop a link. If you've got any market questions, trading questions, TRDR console questions, join us there because we can dive into things a little bit more detailed. All right, hope you have a great day, guys. Speak soon.
It's a wazzy, it's a woozy, it's a fairy dust.